Hello, my name is Nairat and I'm from the Social Innovation Partnership. Since 2020, we have been working with the London Community Foundation to support the co-design of this fund and also the delivery of the learning programme. You're about to hear some impact stories from some of our grantees.
Beyond the Streets supports women involved in the UK sex industry, and we specifically run a project in East London called the Door of Hope Project, and that supports women involved in survival sex on the streets of Tower Hamlets.
What we do is really about coaching, training, supporting women and girls and their families through difficult moments in their lives.
We provide refuge accommodation to Asian women fleeing domestic abuse. We provide them with additional services like outreach support, specialist counselling services in their own languages, and immigration advice and support.
We help migrant communities from East and South Asian background. We provide services on immigration, mental health, and we help women who are victims of domestic violence.
BelEve UK is a charity that works with girls between the ages of 8 to 22, predominantly from disadvantaged backgrounds, and our main mission is to inspire the next generation of female leaders. The VAWG Fund enabled us to work alongside young people to co-create a great asset, which is the It's That Deep short film. And it's been really impactful in being able to start the conversation with young people around sexual harassment.
The MOPAC funding came at a really crucial point for us. The women we were supporting needed a greater level of support, and they needed a greater investment in time. And so what the funding enabled us to do was to employ a third women support worker.
It's been really brilliant actually, because what it's allowed me to do is to recruit staff to help to coach these women as well. It used to be just me, but now there's a team of 4.
We've been able to continue employing our outreach worker, and that's actually meant that the women in the refuge have had support when they've been leaving. But we've also been able to continue providing support to the women in the community that don't want to leave or go into a refuge.
The MOPAC funding that you provided actually helped us to give a more holistic support to these women, and it also gave us the capacity development that the caseworkers need to be able to provide this service with efficiency and professionalism.
I think the MOPAC grant has enabled a kind of increase in capacity within the Door of Hope manager to spend more time on that networking element and that reaching out to other organisations within the borough. We're currently having conversations with Anshaw Women's Aid and trying to understand more about what cultural factors might we be missing or misunderstanding around the involvement of Southeast Asian women in the sale of sex, because they are not present selling sex on street. However, we know that that's likely to be occurring as it is across all cultures, but it's occurring in other places. It's occurring online, it's occurring off street, and so part of our partnership that we're establishing with them at the moment is to kind of share learning.
We have set up something called the Girls Empowered to Lead program. They come after school and they are trained on various aspects of building their self-esteem, internet safety and all the other elements.
Being part of this cohort with MOPAC, we've actually met new organisations, and it's actually opened up referrals. So although there are some areas of work that we can't do for legal reasons, we've been able to signpost women on, but it's actually been able to help us identify gaps. One of our residents was actually moved to Leek, and I was like, where is Leek? I don't know where Leek is. And, we had to challenge housing. Being able to network with other organisations helped us to build those networks as to who to contact to be able to help make that move for her.
We don't live in a siloed society, so a lot of the issues that we are supporting young girls in tackling, boys are also dealing with those issues at the same time. It enabled us to pivot in our thinking. What we wanted to make sure is that the boys felt comfortable having this conversation, and we didn't want it to be a female-centred conversation, i.e. A blame conversation. We wanted it to be healthy and rounded, and being able to bring male facilitators into this project has really helped.
It has opened a lot of doors, particularly with Filipino domestic workers who have been abused by their employers, and that is something that we are now working. It has provided us with a reach, not only within the Filipino community, but also with the East and Southeast Asian, particularly the Indonesian and Vietnamese community.
The learning programme, I think, has been really good. It's given us opportunities to meet organisations that we didn't know about.
To see what they're doing, see how you can maybe partner, collaborate. Something really big that has come out, that different cultures actually view sexual harassment so differently.
Our kind of specialism as an organisation is supporting women in the sex industry, so some of the arguments and the evidence that was presented I hadn't really encountered before.
Having met people that are in the sex trade and working with the women on the sex trade, I know that's not my remit, but I really admire someone that can do that. That I find powerful, where you see them all doing what they love and succeeding in it.
Our services manager attended the sharing successes and challenges, and I think fundamentally it was just really encouraging to be in a room and hear, oh, me too, like we've had that same challenge, and also to be able to celebrate what we have achieved together.
It also makes you feel human, that sometimes the things that you're facing, actually you're not alone.
One of the ones we were excited about was the safeguarding training, which isn't something you'd normally say that you're excited about, but our experience, we've been working in this sector for over 20 years, and our experience has been that safeguarding training is usually not specific enough.
Your safeguarding programs are very tailor-fit. It helps them to understand better and specifically the needs of the service user.
I think the MOPAC grant has been really helpful in helping us access other funding opportunities. So we currently have another grant from MOPAC through the Ministry of Justice Fund. Their awareness of our work already was probably beneficial.
It worked in the sense of you trusting us and believing in us, as small as we were. I think that's a really powerful thing to note.
It's really just helped raise our profile. As I said, visibility is very important, and also enabling us to excel our impact numbers. We've smashed those numbers. Altogether for this programme, we have impacted over 3,000 young people, which has been amazing. We've had 500 young people sign up to become ambassadors, and out of those 500 people, I'd say about 20% of them have had ambassador training.
What it's enabled us to do is demonstrate the benefit of having a third women support worker and what that enables us to achieve in terms of delivery, but also what it enables us to achieve in terms of staff well-being and retention.
For longevity and quality of work as well, we need to safeguard the staff.
You can't deliver holistic support externally if you're not modelling that internally as an organisation.
I thank the London Community Foundation for believing in BelEve.
I've had a really good relationship with London Community Foundation.
It's felt like we've been part of a team working together for the same aims.
I remember when the programme was first set up 2 years ago, and I was in that forum meeting where they discussed about what we want to do, and you did provide those things.
Not just, oh, here's some money, but actually check in, how's your project going? You know, have you thought about this?
I cannot speak highly enough of Nimat and her work.
She understands when I'm talking to her about things, and she's very approachable.
Support is not always financial. Support is sharing a tweet, sharing something that we've done.
That has been one of the key values of being part of this programme, is having her role where she's sitting across, has oversight across all of these different grassroots organisations and insight into what we're all doing, and has been able to pick out where she can see value in connecting us.
The officer that looked after me during the programme has been excellent. I'm not just saying that because she's not even in the room.
It's really important that small charities are given a chance, because small charities have got so much to give, and 9 times out of 10 they are so closely aligned to the beneficiaries.
It's not about providing a service because you think the women need a service. It's about providing something that the service users say they need.
There is still a very big need with regards to supporting not only women and girls particularly, but within the migrant community. The provision of mental health needs to consider culture and language as well. Trauma in itself is already very difficult to comprehend. How could you even explain it in a language that is not yours?
We're really excited at Beyond the Streets at the moment by the work we're doing around lived experience. It's going to challenge the power structures within the organisations, but we're quite excited about that.
It's about how do we teach the men to understand how we feel. You've got some really great men out there, why not partner with them?
We have just completed our 5-year strategy, which is amazing. So yeah, watch this space.